This is Rick Hong with Hollywood First Look Features. Today I have Adam Pally and Tony Hale for Crossing Swords. Gentlemen, I wanted to say congratulations. I think this is the programming that we currently need in this atmosphere.
Well, debatable, but yes, thank you.
Seth Green is behind this. The guys behind Robot Chicken. I feel like this is an automatic yes. There is no, well, let me look at this script. Let me see about the character.
Yeah, no. Well, I feel like when Seth and those guys call you, you're like, yeah, whatever you need.
Yeah, you kind of knew you were going into quality, which is really, always nice from what they've done before. And just also looking at the whole process, we were able to kind of tour the facility of kind of how they were doing it, and the meticulous work and commitment they put into this was pretty awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, the moment you see Stupid Buddy Productions in the audition material, you know exactly what to bring to the table. I mean, all bets are off. It's not a children's show. This is not Nickelodeon. This is not Disney. It is time for you to really, bring your unique adult humor to the table. I mean, quite frankly, I think that this is, we have exhausted all content during this quarantine. So it's just so refreshing to see something so unique. I've never seen anything like it before.
What I love that John and Tom, who created the show, and Seth allow you to do too is they're just so generous with having to bring having all your weapons at your disposal. So getting in the booth, it's the real just
there's nothing
easy
constricting about it.
Totally. Yeah. And make it easy to yourself and to be in kind of a safe space to just really throw a bunch of darts at the ball, because just speaking for myself, I'm coming in being like, well, this is the type of guy based on the description of who Ruben is, the voice I'm kind of thinking, and being able to play around with that, and then being like, yeah, what about this? What about, and just talking through it, but then getting to a place to where you feel like you can kind of say anything and have a big safety net. It is a huge thing that not every person that runs a show allows actors to do. So it's a blessing,
There's nothing like it on television. So suddenly everyone's coming together for this crazy animated, dirty, come to life children's toys that's completely irreverent, and we have so much fun doing the show. So we're stoked that people are enjoying it, and it's so fun that you can watch them all on Hulu. I mean.
So then, are you gentlemen more surprised by the colorful dialogue in the script, or actually being able to see what happens in the scenes?
I think after.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, putting it together, like when you see the full scene and you get to see like what everybody else did around it. That's the exciting part, especially with stop motion, because even your lines, you're like, oh, I didn't realize that's how they were gonna raise the eyebrow or whatever. So I think that's really cool, that part of it.
Tony, you're a comedic genius, and you play a clown in this. So I was trying to figure out, are you channeling Bozo? Are you channeling Pennywise from It? Are you channeling Ronald McDonald? Taking the combination to try to be this character?
I think probably all the three of those, maybe if they were in rehab for 10 years. And then it was really fun to play this, Blarney, who's just a disaster. He's definitely the disgraced one of the family. He's the opposite of Nicholas Hoult's character, who plays Patrick, who's this kind of honorable squire, and I'm just the opposite. I cheated my death so that I could get out of child support. I mean, it's pretty. He doesn't have the best history, but he's super fun to play.
Do those voices come easy to you? Do you kind of need to look at the character in the end, this kind of like a drawing of the character to kind of say, I think this is what it sounds like? Or for you decided to go into the booth and talk to the creators and say, this is what I'm thinking?
This has not come easy to me. Every time I do a British accent, I sound like Dick Van Dyke. So before the audition, I watched a lot of Helen Mirren via YouTube. And I have to, every single time I go into the recording booth, I have to watch a little bit of Helen Mirren before going in. Otherwise, I will sound like the character from Mary Poppins. And that won't be good.
Anytime you get an audition for a show, they'll typically give you a drawing of the character, maybe a show Bible, sides, which is a portion of the script. And the most important thing is a character description. And that's what gives us as the actor the ideas of what the production would want that to sound like. And I personally have my own home studio. Thankfully, I'm in that right now. So I go in and I read it and I'll try at least three different takes of that one thing. And then with that said, when you go to the callback, you have to be prepared for them to tweak it every which way. So for Coral, I didn't have a hard time. It was pretty straightforward. But for some of the other characters, and we were saying we get to play a lot of incidental roles, some of those have been a little fun to find and interesting to find because they're so different.
Yeah.
And then when you create one of those characters, luckily they have saved on track. You're like, okay, what did that person
Wait, what
sound
did
like?
I do?
Yeah. Like
What was that?
So then, are you more amused by the script coming to you and reading what's going on in the dialogue, or are you more amused by actually seeing what the animation turns into?
In its entirety, it's phenomenal to see it all put together. It's like it's an amazing work of art, full of nuts and shoes.
Amazing collaborative process from start to finish. You know, when you first read the script, to getting in the booth, to working on it, to hearing everyone, to talking to the animators. And we get to go first on this show, which is awesome. Like, people always say, do you go first? And I always say, like, if Robin Williams had to watch The Genie, you get half the creativity. So we get to go crazy, and then they animate to our voice. So to see from start to finish, the beginning is fun, in the booth is fun, and then seeing the finished product, which is, I was surprised. I was pretty blown away, especially by the little penises. Like, that was a little
blown away.
The show is Crossing Swords. You can find it right now on Hulu. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, darling.